Stay tuned for the Splash Live. It's time for the Splash Live from Civic Center TV, featuring stories from and about people like you in the Greater West Bloomfield area. Simulcast on cable, 89.3 Lakes FM, social media, and the web. Now live from Green Media Center on Walnut Lake Road, it's the Splash Live.
Live, local, social, it's the Splash Live on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. I'm your host, Jake Schaff, going over all of the biggest news and events from right here in Greater West Bloomfield. The winter weather has continued to wreak havoc on our roads here in West Bloomfield, and that means that the Road Commission for Oakland County has been hard at work keeping our roads safe and keeping them very easy to navigate. Yesterday, I had the chance to ride along with Dave Pacito, a member of the Road Commission, to get a first-hand look of what they do and how they handle our roads.
Our role is to keep the roads as safe as possible for the people to get where they have to go safely and without any accidents, and that's our main goal. There's a lot involved in that. Putting the scraper down, putting the wing down, watching the traffic around you, and you got you got to turn the lights on the truck and apply the salt when you need to, and not apply the salt when you need to, because you don't want a whole bunch of salt on a road that doesn't need salt. So there's a lot involved in doing that. You really got to keep your heads up. After every snow event, the roads have to be pushed back, and we try to push them back beyond the white line. So trying to make them as wide as possible and as clear as possible for people to travel on.
And you do that with these wings that are attached to the truck right there. What can you tell me about those?
They really help out significantly. The wings, years past, they didn't have any wings on the truck, so I can tell from with the wings on, they help clear the roads a lot faster and a lot more efficiently.
And what can you tell me about the salting process that this truck utilizes?
Well, this truck has, mostly all our trucks have brine on them, and the brine really helps to activate the salt, which within an hour or actually 30 minutes, you can see the roads that you traveled on that has been salted and brine. The brine really works well to clear the roads and make them wet, and get all the snow off really, really quickly.
It's the kind of job that requires patience, attention to detail, and as Dave told me, incredible commitment.
Yes, usually we're on the road. Our shifts consist of 16 hours, and it gets tiresome, but when we're out there, the job needs to get done, and that's what we do. The one thing that I really see that's most concerning is people do not slow down in the bad weather conditions. For some reason, they just continue to drive, their normal, regular speeds, and I think that's a major contributing factor in why there's so many spinouts and so many accidents. People are just driving too fast on the roads.
What is it like to be devoting yourself and devoting your time to keeping this community that you love so much safe and sound?
It's hard to live in this state, and it's good to have the road commission here, where they keep the roads as clean as safe as possible so people can get to where they got to go.
What's some advice you can offer to people as they continue to navigate the roads this difficult winter season?
I would just say, please slow down on the roads, and when it's bad weather, keep your speeds lower than what they're supposed to be, and please allow enough room that the trucks can do what they got to do without interfering with the motorists.
It was a very enlightening experience to be with Dave as he was on part of his route for the day. I had no idea that members of the Road Commission worked as much as 16 hours a day to help maintain our roads and to keep them safe for everyone in the community. So we absolutely appreciate everything that Dave and the rest of the Road Commission for Oakland County do to help keep Greater West Bloomfield safe. And I really appreciate everything that they do and really fascinated to learning everything that they had to offer with the Road Commission. Just after 3 p.m. on Wednesday, the West Bloomfield Fire Department responded to a multifamily house fire, which was reported to emergency authorities. 4 of our local fire stations responded to that fire. Occupants escaped very safely, and fire crews rescued the family dog. The fire is currently under investigation. However, the laundry room is expected as the point of origin, making this the second laundry room fire in recent times, per the West Bloomfield Fire Department Facebook page. Here's some helpful tips from Captain Jeff Letkowski of the West Bloomfield Fire Department to help you prevent home fires in your laundry room.
Each year, there are on average 2,900 dryer fires, and they are responsible for an estimated 5 deaths, 100 injuries, and $35 million in property loss. Failure to clean the dryer is the leading cause of dryer fires in the home. And statistically, more home dryer fires occur in the fall and winter months, peaking in January. Remember these tips. Clean the lint trap prior to every use. Do not use flexible vent hose. Use rigid vent pipes. And clean lint out of the vent pipe every 3 months. If prolonged drying occurs, make sure that the dryer and vent are clear of lint. And finally, never start your clothes dryer and leave your house. Remember to follow these tips and continue to be safe out there. Thank you for watching and have a great day.
For more helpful tips and updates from the West Bloomfield Fire Department, you can check them out on their Facebook page at WB Fire Department to learn more. An instrument zoo, it's making its way to West Bloomfield. Music has a powerful impact on students' academic and emotional growth. And next week, young musicians in West Bloomfield can experience that firsthand as the West Bloomfield Township Public Library is hosting the Instrument Zoo on Wednesday, February 26th from 4:30 to 6 p.m. Kids ages 5 to 12 will get a chance to experience musical instruments, play interactive games, and learn from members of the West Bloomfield School District's Tri-M Music Honor Society. That sounds like so much fun. It's a great opportunity to spark a love for music in a fun and hands-on way. For more about this West Bloomfield Library activity, you can check them out on their Facebook page at West Bloomfield LIB or on their website at WBLIB.org. It's always fun to hear about these great opportunities that the West Bloomfield Township Public Library is offering to the people of Greater West Bloomfield. And big changes are going to be happening at the West Bloomfield Library very soon, from a brand new roof to an updated ceiling and the addition of a comfort room for families. These renovations are designed to improve the library experience for all visitors. Civic Center TV's own Kevin McIntosh takes us inside to see the progress and to learn more about these exciting updates.
From structural improvements to new community spaces, the West Bloomfield Township Public Library has been undergoing renovations aimed at enhancing comfort, accessibility, and sustainability. Today, we take a closer look at that progress and what these changes mean to our library.
So with the library ceiling and roof, our main library here is reaching about 25 years old this year. So as to be expected, we've got some changes that we need to make in order to make sure we're preventing leaks and other issues that might close down the building for longer than we expect. So this is preventative maintenance, and we're going through and just updating pieces to make sure the library stays looking fresh.
The biggest thing is this roof has been, original to the rebuilt building in 2000, and we've dealt with leaks for the last couple of years. We've always done like a maintenance program to try and keep it in good shape, but it was just past its prime. And it's, the public doesn't want to see buckets out collecting water. And then we're risking our collection. We have had some leaks on books and things like that over the years. And so we're just trying to get the building all sealed up and safe for the next 25 years.
Beyond infrastructure upgrades, the library is also enhancing visitor experience with new spaces designed for comfort and accessibility. The Reflection Room, funded by a generous donation, is now open for quiet contemplation. And a comfort room is currently under construction to support families and sensory-friendly needs.
The comfort room is a lactation space and a sensory space for families. So we've had a lot of requests over the years from families who want a lactation space, someplace where they can go for mothers who might be pumping or breastfeeding that's a little more private. And so this room is a solution. We've taken a while to try to find a good space that would work for those purposes, like our reflection room, which is newer but more for adults. And this space will be more kid-oriented, a little more private as well.
As the library continues to evolve, these renovations reflect a commitment to serving the community with modern, welcoming spaces. Library leaders say these updates will help create a more inclusive and engaging environment for everyone.
The world's changing so fast, and the things that people expect change as well. Maybe the library seen as a traditional space. And so like our challenge has been to kind of balance our traditional services like programming, early literacy, and having collections, but also trying to accommodate like the way that people study. Our meeting rooms are always booked because of that. And I think that's just going to increase more as people go to school remotely and work remotely, and their needs change, so we just have to meet them where they are.
Whether it's structural improvements or creating new spaces like the comfort room or reflection room, the West Bloomfield Township Public Library is making sure it continues to be a resource for all. These renovations are expected to enhance both functionality and comfort for visitors of all ages. From the West Bloomfield Township Public Library, I'm Kevin McIntosh, Civic Center TV.
Appreciate Kevin McIntosh for going out and getting that story information from the West Bloomfield Library. And these library renovations are part of an ongoing effort to create a better experience for the community. If you'd like to see the changes for yourself, stop by the West Bloomfield Township Public Library's main branch to take a look and see what they've done. The Red Wings alumni are pulling together for cerebral palsy. The Detroit Red Wings alumni will face off against a local hockey team known as the MIUCP Pucksters, with both teams raising money and awareness for the Michigan United Cerebral Palsy Foundation, and that will be taking place on Saturday, March 15th, 2025 at the St. Mary's Arena in Orchard Lake. And here to tell us more about this incredible event, we have a board member with Michigan United Cerebral Palsy, Mike Ward, joining us right now on The Splash. Mike, good morning.
Good morning. How are you today?
I am great and really happy to be talking with you about this incredible event that's coming up in March. What does it mean to you personally to be a part of such a unique and impactful event like the MIUCP charity hockey game?
Well, we've been doing this now for 22 years. This will be our 23rd game. We actually started it in 2000. We took a couple years off for when COVID was reigning. But this event has really not only helped us from a financial standpoint, the organization, but it has created a ton of awareness for what our agency does in terms of our work with people who have cerebral palsy. But 65% of the people that we offer assistance to in the state of Michigan have a disability other than or in addition to cerebral palsy. So that's 2.3 million Michiganders who live with a disability. So that's why this event is such a big one for us.
Wow, it's awesome to hear of the impact that you guys are having on so many people here in Michigan. And having done this event for 23 years, I'd imagine that there have been a lot of things you've seen from this event and how it's grown in that time period. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, when we first began, it was just a game between some guys who play beer league hockey and the Red Wing alumni. And over the years, we've grown it so that each player who is on our roster, they basically create a website profile on our fundraising platform, and they raise money. And about 10 years ago or 15 years ago, we began adding sled hockey to the event. And sled hockey is played by athletes who have a disability that does not allow them to use their legs. So they can use their arms to propel them. And it's an amazing sport. And so we have a group of able-bodied athletes who get in sleds and participate with sled players from the Bell Tire sled hockey program out of Taylor, Michigan. And they are phenomenal. They provide us sleds and they provide their players, and we mix them up so that our players can be right there on the ice with these tremendous athletes, and there are some youth players and some adult players. So that has really added to the event over the years. But the big draw is always the Red Wing alumni, and we've had such great support over the years from players like Mickey Redmond, Darren McCarty, Joe Kosher. We've had Igor Larionov at the game. We've had Dino Cicerelli has played several times, and then regulars like Johnny Ogrodnik. We've had Red Berenson. So we get lots of great names, and that's, part of the draw for people to come out and see these guys basically beat our beat our team. We're 0-21-1.
Oh, no.
We tied one year at the last minute, and we tied 10-10. The games are pretty competitive. In the last few years, we've tried to stack our roster to to give ourselves a decent chance, but these alumni, they're so good, they're so skilled, and when they want to, whenever we get close, they just turn it up a notch, and we basically don't stand a chance.
I can only imagine what must have been going through everybody's heads on that game when you actually did tie a bunch of former Red Wings players. That must have felt incredible. But how do the players for both the UCP Pucksters and the Red Wings alumni get involved with fundraising like this? And why is it so important to meet individual fundraising goals?
So to meet individual fundraising goals is basically so important for an agency like ours, because we depend on fundraising dollars in addition to grants to provide advocacy, benefits counseling. We provide assistive technology. We provide portable wheelchair ramps for those who need it, things like that. So the fundraising goals are always something that we have to keep a close eye on, and that's a year-round thing for us. It just as funding for different nonprofits have become more competitive, this is one of the events that we depend on to raise funds for our operating expenses. And then, in terms of getting involved, we have a great website, which is mi-ucp.org/hockey. And you can go on there, you can see all the players that are playing. And if you want to make a donation to any of them, or if you just want to donate to the event itself, there's a link there. But come out to the event. It's actually free. It's at the St. Mary's Arena in Orchard Lake, which is a beautiful rink. So the event is free. The doors open at 4:30. The first sled game is on at 5 o'clock. And then at 7 o'clock, the alumni take on the the My UCP Pucksters, and we always do a bit of a parody jersey for an old NHL team, and this year we took on the old Whalers jersey, so it's the My UCP Pucksters, and we'll have things like 50-50 tickets there that we're going to be selling, and Chuck a Puck, which is you buy a puck for $5, and then at the break, everybody lines up on the side of the boards and throws them out, and whoever gets closest to the center dot will win either Red Wing tickets, Tiger tickets, $150 gift certificate from the Mitten State T-shirt company, or several other prizes. We've got lots of fun things throughout the event. And here's what the puck looks like. There's that. And I have to thank my one of our friends, one of our players, Rich Summers, sponsored the pucks. And we had another sponsor, the White Lake Police Foundation, sponsored our jerseys. So that's part of how we offset any costs that we might have for this event, is we get sponsors, and we have donor advertising, MGM Grand Detroit, Cargill, Domino's is providing the food that we'll have for the players in the Afterglow upstairs, which is a small gathering that for our players that we like to give them a little bit of a reward at the end of getting their tails beaten.
Well, everything is made better with Domino's. That's absolutely right. For those just joining us right now on The Splash, we have Mike Ward, a board member with Michigan United Cerebral Palsy, joining us right now to talk about their foundation's annual Detroit Red Wings alumni game that is going to be taking place on March 15th. And this event has been going on for the past 23 years, and you guys have raised nearly $650,000. How have the funds from this event been used to benefit disabilities across Michigan? I believe you mentioned some of those facts before.
Yeah. So we operate programs such as Representative Payee, where we help individuals who have a disability who maybe can't manage their finances themselves, but they want to remain independent. So we help them and we become their payee. Or with benefits counseling, where many individuals with a disability are on Social Security, and so they have to be careful. If they want to work, they have to figure out how that will affect their benefits, and we offer that counseling. So those are advocacy areas. But we also help with education. We get involved with different boards of education or different PTAs, different groups who need assistance there. We do one-on-ones for IEPs through our resources at the agency. Assistive technology has become such an important aspect of people who live with a disability, because it can be something where they have to modify their wheelchair, or they have to modify something in their home. They need a piece of technology. They could be in need of laptop, hearing device, speech device, all kinds of things. And we're able to provide some of those things. And when we can't provide it, we are in the position now of being able to offer low or no interest loans for devices or technology. And we also have two ramp programs. One is a portable wheelchair ramp that is something that can be folded up, put in a car so that somebody can get out of their house, get to another location and have a ramp on both ends and not have to worry if there's an accessible ramp in the location where they're going. So those are just some of the programs that we have been involved in. We also are a referral to many other organizations that we partner with throughout the state. Because as a small organization, serving 2.3 million Michiganders who live with a disability, we can't do it all ourselves, but we have the access to resources that can.
Well, that is amazing to hear of everything you guys are doing. This event sounds like so much fun. I can't wait to see it. I got one more quick question for you before we let you go, Mike. What message would you like to share with attendees and donors who are supporting Michigan United Cerebral Palsy through this event?
So the biggest thing is our goal is to close the disability divide. And that divide can be anything from the distance somebody has to go in their wheelchair where there's not an accessible ramp, or it can be the distance between their education or their workforce, or whatever that gap is. Everything that we do when we're looking at the programs and services that we offer is, does it close the disability divide? Does it help people close that gap? And that's our deciding point. So come on out and celebrate this day with us. And if you make it there for the sled game, you are going to see some remarkable athletes at work on the ice. And come and meet them, come and support them, and throw a few bucks our way. That would be great.
Well, I can't wait to see it. I'm sure the rest of the Greater West Bloomfield community can't wait to see it either. Mike, thank you so much for joining us on The Splash today.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate this. This is one of the ways that we are able to spread the word. So thank you very much.
Well, we always love to provide these opportunities to help spread the word of these incredible events. And the Detroit Red Wings alumni game is certainly one of them. March 15th, 2025. Save the date. With the winter season continuing on, spring is going to be coming up very, very soon, and summer right behind it, which means it will soon be the return of the Keego Harbor Block Party events. And Art Sale is looking for artists and crafters for the 2025 season of Keego Harbor Block Parties. And here to tell us more about what Art Sale is looking for, we have the president of Art Sale, Robin LaFrance, joining us right now on The Splash. Robin, good morning.
Good morning.
Happy to have you with us, and really excited to be getting into this conversation because it means that spring and summer are coming very, very soon. I'm getting tired of winter. I'm sure a lot of people are as well. But what are you most looking forward to as the spring season is coming up and these opportunities for Art Sale starting to rise?
Well, we're looking for artists to fill the shows. We have 3 shows for the Block Party season, and they're the third Friday of June, July, and August. So if you're interested, you can apply to the Art Sale group email, which is artsale.keego@gmail.com, and I'll send you an application and we can get started with there.
Awesome. And can you walk us through the process of applying to be a part of such an event like this? And what are some of the key steps and requirements for artists who want to showcase their work in this incredible way?
Well, it's free to all artists to show and sell their work, and number one, which is fantastic because where do you get that anymore? And everything has to be handmade by you. So we don't allow buying and reselling because it is an authentic art show. Even though it's small and casual, we still are a little bit juried, but it is a casual show. And once you're accepted to it, we're hoping to get a lot of local artists from the Lakes area, which we have a giant talent pool here. So we're hoping people show up for it. You have to have your own shelter and display and set up.
Well, you are certainly right. And it's great that you mentioned that you guys are prioritizing handmade works because those take, I would say, a lot more skill. And it's always great to see those on display because that really showcases the creativity of the Keego Harbor community. And are there any specific guidelines or restrictions for what can be sold at this event or the types of handmade works that you're looking for?
pretty much accept all categories as long as it's family friendly. Because we are a family event. So pottery, art, painting, sewing. It really doesn't matter as long as it's artistic and handmade by you.
That's absolutely
and
right.
it fits the criteria,
That's absolutely right. As long as it fits those requirements. There could be a wide variety of things on display for these events. So I'm sure artists are already.
We do get a wide variety of artwork, so we're looking forward to that.
How does Art Sale ensure that participating artists have a supportive and collaborative environment at events like these?
Well, Art Sale is a group run by artists for artists, so we are very inclusive and accommodating for artists. And I'm always there. If I, for some unforeseen reason, I can't be there, I'll send someone in my place. But you can always get a hold of me if you have an issue or anything, and I try and help everybody direct setup. And the Art Sale group is coming up on 9 years together now. I can't believe it. I joined in 2016 when it started as I moved to Kego. So I have an anniversary with Art Sale coming up and an anniversary of being a resident of Kego Harbor.
That's great. Happy anniversary. And it's great to hear of how much and how big Art Sale has grown over the years. For those just joining us right now on The Splash, we have the president of Art Sale, Robin LaFrance, joining us to talk about what Art Sale is looking for the upcoming spring and summer season as the Kego Harbor block parties are starting to begin their preparations very, very soon. And Art Sale emphasizes the camaraderie and exchange of ideas among their participants. How does this sense of community enhance the overall experience for both the artists and the attendees?
Well, it's been a big inspiration for me since I joined, and I think that's a big part of it. We inspire each other. We also share our work on the group page. We also try and create events that are friendly to artists and crafters. And also on the page, we try and share a lot of opportunities for artists and crafters, even if they're not created by the Art Sale group itself. So it's a great network to be involved in. If you are a working artist, you can stumble on a lot of opportunities.
It's a fantastic opportunity. You're absolutely right. And can you talk a little bit more about how Art Sale helps to foster these connections between local artists, supporters, and the wider Kego Harbor community?
Well, we try and Art Sale is not just for artists. We encourage fans of the art, so it brings a sense of culture to our community. And we'd love to incorporate the residents that aren't artists and crafters to support the arts and enjoy the arts.
Well, I'm sure a lot of people are watching this right now, already getting ideas for what they're going to be showcasing at these events come spring and summer. Robin, one more quick question before I let you go. What role do social media, like the Art Sale Facebook page, website, all of that, what do they play in promoting these events and connecting with potential participants and attendees?
That's a fantastic question because I do most of the social media myself, and it's huge. It would, these days people don't read the newspaper. They don't really look at flyers and posters anymore locally. So we really have to use social media to our advantage. And I'm really involved in that. So I appreciate that question.
Well, we appreciate everything that you do for the Kego Harbor community. Robin, we thank you so much for your time and joining us on The Splash today.
Well, thank you, and stay warm.
Absolutely. You stay warm as well. And just a couple more months before spring is in the area and summer right behind it, and we can enjoy these Kego Harbor block parties and the great artwork that Art Sale is going to be providing. We've got so many other great stories, but we're going to get to them right after this quick commercial break. Live, local, social, it's The Splash Live on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM.
We'll be right back with The Splash Live.
Good nutrition can help make sure you have enough iron, calcium, and vitamin C in your body, which can make it harder for lead to enter your bloodstream. Help protect your family from the harmful effects of lead.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
When you have a gambling problem, you have a money problem. Don't let your gambling cause you financial hardship. If you or someone you love is struggling with gambling, we can help. Get free confidential counseling and win your life back. Learn more at michigan.gov/problemgambling.
What people are watching in Kego Harbor. Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. And now, back to The Splash, live.
Live, local, social, it's The Splash Live on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. I'm your host, Jake Schaff, going over all of the biggest news and events from right here in Greater West Bloomfield. February is American Heart Month, and with heart disease being the leading cause of death in the United States and impacting some communities disproportionately, efforts are being done all around the community to help promote the importance of heart health. And there's a West Bloomfield student who was recently honored by the American Heart Association as one of their 2025 Teen Impact nominees. That student is joining us right now on The Splash, West Bloomfield High School student Matilda Edwardson. Matilda, thank you so much for joining us.
Nice to see you.
Really happy to be getting into this conversation. First of all, congratulations on your nomination. What is it like to be recognized by the American Heart Association in this way?
Yeah, so it's a really great honor because with my work with WB Has Heart, I have been striving to raise awareness about sudden cardiac arrest in my local community through CPR training events, AED awareness, and our most recent student heart check event at West Bloomfield High School. So now that I get to bring it further with the American Heart Association, I'm so thrilled, and I can't wait to even make a bigger impact and raise money for the American Heart Association and spread awareness even more.
Well, it's amazing to hear of all of the great accomplishments that have already come your way with West Bloomfield Has a Heart, which is your organization that is helping to prioritize and educate a lot of people about heart health here in Greater West Bloomfield. And you've been doing a lot of great stuff throughout this month of February to continue your mission. What have you guys been working on to promote heart health this month so far?
Well, so on February 1st, we kicked it off with our student heart checks at West Bloomfield High School, where we had around 350 students come and get their heart checked by cardiologists. And so they got an EKG, an echocardiogram, blood pressure check, and they got CPR trained. So that really helped to identify students with any heart issues that they were unaware of. And because the Teen of Impact just began February 7th. I'm working with my HOSA chapter to find ways to raise money and spread awareness. So we are figuring that all out soon.
And go into a little bit about the importance of the CPR training that you guys were offering, because I'd imagine that it's a little more complicated than what you typically see in CPR training as it's sometimes portrayed in the media.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. So yeah, CPR training is really crucial because if sudden cardiac arrest ever happens, you don't know what to do and you might panic. And having that further training, that can really make sure that lives are saved and It's honestly easier than it seems. When you get a little bit of education on it, it can really go a long way.
Fantastic. And teaching all of these great things to your fellow classmates, that's got to be an incredible feeling. What has been their response in taking in this knowledge? And do you feel that it has already made a difference throughout the rest of the community with your fellow students?
Honestly, I think it has made a big impact because prior to West Bloomfield Has Heart, many students were unaware of the dangers of sudden cardiac arrest and didn't really know the difference between sudden cardiac arrest and a heart attack and how it can honestly impact students because it's mainly thought that it impacts older people. So I've heard great things from students and it has been a talk around the school, and I think that is really important because it gets people thinking about the importance of educating themselves.
For those just joining us right now in the Splash, we have Matilda Edverson, a West Bloomfield High School student who was just recently nominated by the American Heart Association as one of their 2025 Teen Impact nominees for all of her great work in educating the general community about heart health. And I want to get into talking about all of these great things that you're doing for the community, but what has been the community's response to everything that you've been doing from maybe some of the West Bloomfield officials?
Yeah, so we've had great responses. We've had the fire department helping with our CPR training and promoting our events. We've had the West Bloomfield Youth Assistants give grants and promote us even more on social media. And members in the community have bought in our t-shirts to spread our logo around and educate people on what WB Has Heart is and our mission. And I think we've reached many community members, not just in the school, but beyond that. And I think that's really inspiring.
That is great. And with this being American Heart Month, there's always things that people can be educated on that maybe they weren't typically aware of when it comes to heart health. What are some factors for heart disease that maybe people might not be typically aware of?
Yeah, so honestly, having a heart disease, you might not know because you might not have family history. It's not always because of family history, and there's a bunch of different things that can be going wrong in your heart that people aren't aware of. It could be a heart valve, it could be anything like that. And that's really why getting a heart check and educating yourself on what to do if sudden cardiac arrest happens to one of your loved ones is really important. So getting a heart check, you are aware that there's nothing wrong with your heart, because heart checks, they're not part of yearly physicals. So having a heart check event at our high school is really important, so students ages 13 to 18 can come and make sure their heart is healthy.
That's great. And you're absolutely right. It's important to have this information, whether you yourself are experiencing a heart episode or somebody you know and love is experiencing one as well. My father's had heart issues a couple times in his life. It's been terrifying, and it's been good to have this information should something like this happen again. And he knows this information as well should he experience something like this again himself. But why is it important, especially for people your age, to be understanding these fundamentals?
It's really important because sudden cardiac arrest is rising across the nation on teenagers specifically. So it's happening during sports, especially to athletes because of the stress on their heart, and not even just sports, but in the classrooms too. So that's why it's really important we equip schools with AEDs and CPR training amongst the staff and the coaches and the students. And it's really important for students to know that they can be at risk and that they should know the steps to take if sudden cardiac arrest occurs.
Well, it's great to have that information out there. I won't hold up too much more of your time, Matilda. I do have one more question for you. Once American Heart Month passes, once this month is over, what other things are you going to be doing to continue to educate the community on heart disease and to continue to make these strides here in West Bloomfield?
Well, I hope to expand this beyond the community of West Bloomfield and hopefully inspire other communities and schools to start their own West Bloomfield Has Heart chapter, and hopefully even turn this to a Michigan Has Heart, making sure that all the schools in Michigan are equipped with the things they need to stay prepared and to stay safe.
Well, it's incredible to hear of everything you do, and we thank you so much for everything you do. Best of luck to the future. Matilda, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Such empowering words from one of the younger members of our community who's only just getting started on making a difference and promoting the importance of heart health. So big thank you to Matilda for sitting down and talking with us and to hear about all of her accomplishments. The days are counting down for the annual Black Expo event here in West Bloomfield on February 22nd. The Black Expo is an annual celebration of Black History Month featuring booths, demos, and displays to highlight Black-owned businesses, careers, and community resources. And here to tell us more, we have a member of the West Bloomfield Diversity Task Force, Denise Moore, joining us on The Splash. Denise, good morning.
Good morning, and thank you so much for inviting me.
Absolutely. Love to have you with us. Love to be hearing about this upcoming event right here in West Bloomfield. And I want to get into this a little bit. What inspired the creation of the Black Expo, and how have you seen it evolve over the years?
It actually started, and I'm not a founding member. I think Sherry Ann Winter, along with now current trustee Vincent Kirkwood, were some of the founders of it. So we all miss Sherry Ann. Just wanted to put that out there so very much. This was like her baby. So they wanted to bring together, a sense of community around entrepreneurs and small businesses within the West Bloomfield area. So that's kind of like how it started, and evolving every year. Every year it's getting bigger and better.
That's great. And you're absolutely right. It is great to see all the work that Sherry Ann has done to help make this event what it is. And obviously, absolutely, may she rest in peace. And how does the Black Expo contribute to fostering diversity and inclusion right here in West Bloomfield?
Well, you know what? I think the main vision of the Diversity Task Force is just that, bringing together a diverse group of people from all races, religions, and ethnicities and cultures to come together for the common good of the community. And so with that being, the highlight for Black Expo, now, featuring Black businesses within the community to let them know that we're here, whether it's small, in-home, or a brick and mortar, that we're here to serve with quality and excellence.
That's right. That's all you could ask for. And that is exactly what these businesses are going to provide. And could you share some examples of some vendors and some organizations that we might be seeing at this year's event?
Absolutely. And like I said, we're growing so well. So I think this year we have over 70 vendors ranging from jewelry, arts and crafts, music, and most importantly, food. So yeah, got a number of vendors coming out to support. And so we're looking for the community to come out and support us as well on February 22nd.
And this all sounds amazing. Can't wait to see how it all turns out. For those just joining us right now on The Splash Live, we have Denise Moore from the West Bloomfield Diversity Task Force joining us right now on The Splash Live to talk about the upcoming 2025 Black Expo that will be taking place in February. And the Diversity Task Force works year-round to promote and celebrate cultural, ethnic, and religious diversity in the community. What are some ways that they help to do that?
That's a very good question, because it's not just about one and done. It's about the sense of culture and religions and ethnicities across the board. So we may have like Meet Your Neighbor, we'll present that, and that brings out all different types of families from all different types of backgrounds. And then we have Juneteenth that'll be coming up in June. So different opportunities for neighbors to get together from all walks of life within the West Bloomfield community. We're so very honored to put these things on every year so we can get to know each other, learn from each other, and grow our community with that unity. That's I think that's the biggest thing, is bringing together like-minded people, families across the West Bloomfield area, the greater West Bloomfield area as well, and to just have that unity, that sense of family and belonging. And so that's very important to the Diversity Task Force. And so we're just proud to be able to do something like this on an annual basis and year-round.
And yeah, I've had the chance to attend some of those events like Juneteenth and the Meet Your Neighbors event, like you mentioned, and you absolutely see all this camaraderie and these connections start to form, and it's always so great to see. And how can West Bloomfield residents get involved with the diversity task force if they want to become a part of the team themselves?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked that question. It's under West Bloomfield Park. So you would go under, I think it's wbparks.org. And we're always looking for sweet, loving families to come and join us from all walks of life, from all backgrounds, because that's the whole point, is to bring our Chaldean community, our Asian community, our Black community, whatever ethnicity or nationality you are. We want to see you come out and join the force and just have a little fun, get to know each other, and bring wonderful programs through for the community at large. So yeah, wbparks.org.
Denise, I love hearing about your passion for something like this. It's radiating through the screen. And I want to thank you so much for your time here on The Splash. One more quick question before we let you go. What are some long-term hopes for the Black Expo and the Diversity Task Force's efforts right here in the West Bloomfield community?
Wonderful question again, because our goal is to obviously grow it. I mean, it started, I think they had like less than 10 vendors with the inception. And now we're like over 70, I want to say 75 vendors this year. So definitely to grow it, to bring different ethnicities and cultures, and just to make a rich environment for us and our children to come up in a very open and diverse, culturally open opportunity to just become unified and to be kind to each other. And I mean, that's what it takes. That's why we're here, to bring forth that diversity and to have the opportunity for us to just grow together as a community.
That's exactly right. Denise, thank you so much for your time today here on The Splash Live.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Lots of fun things to look forward to with the Black Expo coming up on February 22nd, this Saturday. Once again, we do thank Denise for coming on The Splash and to telling us all about her experience and what she's looking forward to. Lots of other great stuff to get into with The Splash Live right after this quick commercial break. Live, local, social, it's The Splash Live on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM.
We'll be right back with The Splash Live. What people are watching in West Bloomfield. Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM.
1 in 4 Michigan homes has high levels of radon, a naturally occurring radioactive gas known to cause lung cancer. It doesn't matter where you live or what type of home you have. You won't even know it's there unless you test. So don't wait. Testing is cheap and easy. And if there's a problem, it's simple to fix. Visit michigan.gov/radon to learn more.
We took action. Will you?
Hi, I'm Lauren Azuri, the Park Naturalist Supervisor for West Bloomfield Parks. Congratulations to you, Civic Center TV, for hitting 1 million views on YouTube. We really appreciate your partnership in spreading nature education in a creative way in our community. I'm Lauren Azuri, proud to be 1 in a million.
Want to enjoy Civic Center TV on your social media? Find us on Instagram at Civic Center TV. Get notified when we upload one of our interviews, full episodes, and more. Thank you for watching and listening to Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. And now, back to The Splash, live.
Live, local, social, it's The Splash Live on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. I'm your host, Jake Schaff, going over all of the biggest events from right here in Greater West Bloomfield. As temperatures continue to drop, a local running group is proving that winter is no excuse to stay indoors. Civic Center TV's Kevin McIntosh takes us to meet the Fleet Feet Social Run and see how they're staying active and connected.
Braving the cold and hitting the pavement, Fleet Feet Social Run in West Bloomfield gathers every Wednesday for camaraderie, fitness, and the great outdoors. Whether you're a seasoned runner or just getting started, this group has something for everyone. Let's take a closer look to see why people join this social run.
I've been running with the Fleet Feet Run group when it was Running Fit since about 15 years ago. And the run group as itself kind of went away for a while, and now it's coming back. We're building that back up, and I'm happy to be a part of that.
So these are people that I've run with in other contexts as well. Some of these folks run out at Lake Orion, on the hills in Lake Orion, and I see them out there. I just enjoy that. It's a fitness activity and a social activity, social connection.
Fleet Feet's weekly social runs in West Bloomfield is open to runners and walkers of all skill levels. With the motto, no runner or walker left behind, these meetings offer a supportive and welcoming community.
So I really like the diversity. I like how when it gets busy, everybody's talking to each other, because sometimes there's only a few people here to work and that, wait a little bit, but then everyone entertains each other. It's just a really good community. I think it's a common medium, for people to come together.
Although Fleet Feet has multiple locations across Southeast Michigan, we asked why West Bloomfield is a great place to run.
So one of the largest things that I've found since being here at the West Bloomfield store is the West Bloomfield Trail. I think it's an amazing trail, whether you're walking, whether you're running, whether you're just trying to get out the door and enjoy the weather. The nature looks beautiful. The West Bloomfield Nature Preserve, really nice place, which we do have a group walk there on Mondays.
Despite the cold temperatures, the group meets every Wednesday evening, embracing the challenge and benefits of outdoor running. Even staff says it's not just about fitness, it's about friendship, positive energy, and the sense of accomplishment that comes with braving the elements.
I mean, we all know the winter months are slow, long, dark. Obviously, that doesn't help with people and their depression, general wellness. So being outside, being moving, seeing other people is just a really great way to lift the mood, lift the spirit, and breathe in that fresh air.
Whether you're aiming for a 3-mile walk or a 6-mile run, Fleet Feet ensures everyone feels included. Many runners say the group helps them stay motivated, build confidence, and connect with like-minded individuals in Greater West Bloomfield.
The run group has just a lot of people that really know a lot about running and how to start running and what it really takes and the struggles you have. It's never about speed, it's never about distance, just getting out and enjoying yourselves, having a social, and then making it a habit so that it's something that really becomes part of your life and your lifestyle.
So this group is very beneficial in terms of motivation. There's social connection. A lot of times it's easier to get out and do a run, especially in this crappy weather. Now, right now it's not icy, but sometimes it gets pretty dicey outside, and it's good to have somebody with you in case of an emergency, so you have somebody to call. And the camaraderie is helpful for motivation.
Whether it's for fitness, friendship, or to embrace the fresh air, Fleet Feet Social Run proves that no matter the season, there's no better time to hit the ground running. To learn more or join in, visit Fleet Feet in West Bloomfield. From Fleet Feet West Bloomfield, I'm Kevin McIntosh, Civic Center TV.
An inspiring group proving that fitness and community go hand in hand. Thanks to Fleet Feet for keeping the spirit of running alive no matter the weather, and thank you to Kevin McIntosh for going out, braving the cold, and for getting that incredible story. Congratulations to the West Bloomfield High School students who recently competed in the Michigan Interscholastic Forensic Association, the MIFA, state competition and earned second place in the Studio Productions Division 1. MIFA is the statewide nonprofit organization which organizes speech, debate, and theater competitions for middle school and high school students. Under the direction of Christine Stevens, these talented students showcase their dedication and creativity tenfold, and big congratulations are in order for every single one of them. There's photos available on their Facebook page at West Bloomfield Schools to see the students and for you to give them the chance to send them your congratulations yourself. A winter reading challenge is nearing the finish line. Time is running out for the West Bloomfield Township Public Library's Winter Reading Challenge. With the program ending this Friday, readers are encouraged to keep turning those pages over midwinter break to reach their reward goals. So far, the community has read an incredible 522,981 minutes, an increase of nearly 200,000 minutes from last month. If you've been tracking your reading, make sure to submit your final minutes before the deadline. And don't forget, rewards will be available for pickup until Friday, February 28th. Keep up with the West Bloomfield Township Public Library on Facebook at West Bloomfield LIB or online at WBLIB.org. Lots of great stuff here in the community, but that is going to do it for us today here on the Splash Live. I want to say a big thank you to all of our guests and for all of our team members for going out and getting such incredible stories. I've been your host, Jake Schaff. Live, local, social, it's the Splash Live on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM.